The tales we're exploring today are so extraordinary, they blur the line between fact and fiction. These aren't your typical historical accounts. Each story is a staggering display of how peculiar and unpredictable life can be. From predictions so on point they'll give you goosebumps, to tales of uncanny lookalikes that'll make you do a double take, these coincidences are going to challenge everything you thought you knew about fate and chance. So get ready, strap in, and join us as we dive deep into the bewildering and enthralling depths of historical oddities. Kicking off our countdown at number 5, we're stepping onto the deck of a doomed ship. But not just any ship, this is the Titan, setting sail in the frosty expanses of the North Atlantic. Now you might be thinking, Titan? Don't you mean Titanic? And that's where our story takes a peculiar twist. 14 years before the infamous tragedy of the Titanic, a novella titled Futility by Morgan Robertson hit the shelves. The story eerily foretold of an unsinkable ship named Titan, boasting its superiority on the waters, just like the Titanic would years later. The Titan in the novel, similar to its real-world counterpart, the Titanic, was gloriously luxurious and tragically under-equipped with lifeboats. As the narrative unfolded, the Titan, like the Titanic, met its demise in the icy grip of an iceberg, sending a chill down the spine of anyone familiar with the real-life catastrophe that would follow years later. The bone-chilling similarities extend from the name of the ship and its declared invincibility to the specifics of the disaster and the appalling lack of lifeboats. It's a tale that forces us to question the boundaries of coincidence and reality. Was this a darkly prophetic instance of life imitating art, or a chilling coincidence that underscores the unpredictability of fate? As we set sail on this journey through history's most peculiar coincidences, you'll find that this is just the tip of the iceberg. Sliding into our number 4 spot, we're embarking on a royal journey to Italy, more specifically into the life of King Umberto I. But this tale isn't your typical royal drama. Instead, it plunges us into a world of curious resemblances and unnerving synchronicities that push the limits of belief. One day, while dining in a small restaurant, King Umberto I was taken aback by the striking resemblance between himself and the restaurant's owner. It was as if he was staring into a mirror. The shock didn't end there, however, as the similarities seemed to seep into every aspect of their lives. Remarkably, they both share the same birthday, were both called Umberto, and were both married to women named Margherita. Umberto, the restaurateur, had also opened his establishment on the same day that the other Umberto had been crowned King of Italy. As if this wasn't strange enough, their lives were marred by a tragic coincidence. They both met their untimely end on the same day, under eerily similar circumstances. The king invited his double to attend the athletics event the following day. However, after King Umberto had arrived at the stadium, he was told that the restaurateur had died that morning in a mysterious shooting accident. Umberto was expressing his grief at the sad news when an anarchist in the crowd pointed his gun at the king and shot him dead. This bewildering tale leaves us wondering whether we've stumbled onto a case of parallel lives inexplicably playing out in the same universe, or if it's just a bizarre twist of fate. Was this a cosmic mix-up, or does destiny have a peculiar sense of humour? Securing our number 3 spot, we're plunging into a remarkable tale that blurs the lines between nature and nurture, destiny and coincidence. This story isn't about doppelgangers or historical figures. Instead, it revolves around a pair of identical twins from Ohio. But these aren't just any twins. Their story is a jaw-dropping illustration of synchronicity that's hard to believe. Separated at birth and raised by different families, these twins embarked on life paths that were shockingly parallel in ways that seemed to defy mere chance. Despite growing up in distinct households, they appeared to be guided by an unseen hand towards strikingly similar life choices. Their lives unfurled like two versions of the same story. Both twins married women named Linda, and when those marriages ended, both men found love again and remarried women named Betty. But the synchronicity didn't stop there. Each had a son, and in an uncanny twist, both chose the same name for their firstborn, James Allen. But perhaps the most whimsical of all their shared choices was their selection of pet names. Even their dogs shared the same name, Toy. It's as if, despite their physical separation, the twins were linked by an invisible thread, causing their lives to mirror each other in the most astonishing ways. Is this a case of genetic fate asserting itself, a compelling argument for the power of nature over nurture? Or is it an example of coincidence so extraordinary that it challenges our understanding of probability? At number 2, we're sparking your intrigue with a truly electrifying tale. This is the shocking story of Major Summerford, a man whose life was so entwined with lightning that it challenges our notions of luck and probability. Major Summerford, a British officer, was a magnet for electrical discharges from the sky in a way that defies comprehension. During his lifetime, he was struck by lightning not once, not twice, but an unbelievable 3 times. Picture this. The first strike occurred in the heat of a battle, knocking the Major off his horse and paralysing him. Years later, during a calm fishing trip, lightning struck a second time, leaving him paralysed on one side. As if these incidents weren't extraordinary enough, a third strike occurred while he was taking a peaceful walk in the park, this time leaving him completely paralysed. One could argue that Summerford's shocking relationship with lightning would end with his demise, but even in death, he couldn't escape its electrifying grasp. After he passed away during a stormy night, a bolt of lightning shot from the heavens, striking his gravestone. Is this a shocking twist of fate, a man destined to dance with lightning throughout his life and even in death? Or is it a statistical improbability that leaves us questioning our understanding of chance? And now, ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at our number 1 spot, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is a tale of mercy that may have unknowingly set the stage for one of the darkest periods in human history. It's a story that, on first glance, reads like a footnote in the annals of war, but under closer scrutiny, reveals a chilling twist of fate. Our protagonist is Private Henry Tandy, a decorated British soldier who found himself on a blood-soaked battlefield, surrounded by the roar of artillery and the cries of the wounded. During an encounter, he came face to face with a wounded German soldier. Rather than taking the final shot, Tandy lowered his weapon, sparing the enemy soldier's life. A decision born of compassion? Yes. But here's where the story takes a turn for the surreal. That wounded German soldier was none other than Adolf Hitler, a man who would later plunge the world into a devastating conflict and become synonymous with unparalleled atrocities. Can you imagine the ripple effect if Tandy had chosen differently? Would the course of history have been dramatically altered? Is this a heartbreaking twist of fate, a demonstration of the unpredictable consequences of our actions? Or is it a historical consequence so profound it shakes our understanding of cause and effect? And there you have it, folks. Do these cases make you question the randomness of life or reaffirm your belief in destiny? Let us know in the comments below. And if you've heard of any other uncanny historical coincidences, we'd love to hear them. As always, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more explorations into the fascinating corners of history. Until next time, keep digging into the past and remember, history is never as straightforward as it seems.